Hey everyone, Bruce Morris from the TABB Group here. Welcome to TABB Forum's Market Structure Wave. In today's constantly changing financial services landscape, legacy systems are no longer enough. Market data infrastructure must evolve to support automation, adaptability, and intelligence. Today, we are very fortunate to sit down with Bob Ward, CEO of Quad, to take a deeper dive into a recent article published by Quad titled Reinventing Market Data Workflows from Automation to Intelligence. Hey, Bob, welcome to TABB Forum.
Thank you for having me, Bruce. Appreciate the time.
Oh, you're welcome. So, Bob, looking back, the market data world has gone through decades of transformation, from terminals and batch files to cloud-based APIs and custom entitlements. How did we get here? Can you give us a historical perspective on the evolution of the market data workflows and the infrastructure behind them?
So you have all these different needs in the market that are constantly evolving how service providers need to consume data. And as a data provider, these providers had to adjust, had to write code, had to support and maintain legacy applications and try to match with new applications. So there's a lot of tech debt that gets piled up, just a natural byproduct of the business, right? And then on top of that, recently, right, we've got AI. You have a lot of things that have happened in the market data space over the last 30, 40 years. And then with AI on top of it, it's opening up all these new opportunities, but you have to have an infrastructure be able to support those new opportunities and take advantage of them. Currently, we're processing on behalf of our clients 250 billion market data points a day. That's what we're going out to the space with. And that's a mix of proprietary and third-party data, right? Some is Quad, some's an aggregation of third-party providers. But where the puck is going, kind of where we see where it's going, is we created this system called QX Digital. And QX Digital was the thought at the time was, could we take market data consumption and combine it with true workflow, right? Combine those two together so we can bridge the gap between system providers, market data providers, and put this almost on autopilot, right? So we could feed into their workflow, feed into their efficiencies, and give our clients an ability to consolidate different workflows, different operational type processing that they're doing on a daily basis, have opened up the doors for operational efficiency probably that we've never seen in the past in terms of what could be done, right? But from a Quad perspective, you know, we're a little bit, we benefit from the fact of we developed our technology stack, you know, in the last 5 years, right? So we got to stand on the shoulders of probably the greatest technology jumps that the generations we've ever seen, right? Around leveraging AWS, right? A cloud-based kind of provider, right? Leveraging the latest database technologies, right? For scalability, usability, and flexibility, right? Those didn't exist, right? Prior to probably 4 or 5 years ago, right? The latest development languages like Python, right? To be able to do that development, and then more importantly, to your AI point, to be able to do that development with AI, right? So so for throughput, for enhancements, for productivity, you know, we're probably writing 25% of our code is generated by AI, right? And we have our experts coming over the top, of course, right? So we call it obviously human in the loop, right? But all of that stuff, all of these enhancements of technology is going to lead to better products, right? And those products are going to increase the throughput and I'm going to focus strictly on the operation mid to back office focus right now. If they can decouple their pricing services from their core application with a middle layer, right? It creates more flexibility for them around long-term pricing negotiation, creates long-term benefits to them on switching costs. Like as they want to switch vendors in and out that are feeding downstream applications, right? They're not kind of beholden to that interface anymore, right? And then obviously scalability for them is massive, right? Because the fact that they can do a lot more, they can use the data a lot more in a lot of different places for the same cost, right? So they're getting a much bigger benefit, kind of bang for their buck.
I always call this my crystal ball question. You know, where's this industry going? You know, automation is only the beginning.
Right.
What is the next chapter, or what does the next chapter look like for market data infrastructure? Where's it heading over the next couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, it's with the rise of AI and as people get more comfortable with the tools, right? It could be some wonderful outcomes for everybody, from market data providers to middleware systems to the clients to, I think everybody kind of all boats rise as we adapt more of these tools. Now, Quad was built as an AI native company, right? So what does that mean to be AI native for us? It means it's a self-describing schema, right? It's a cloud native application with APIs. It's a long run durable work engine that has human in the loop. So it's set up. The system is designed to work with all different types of AI workflows. So the scalability of AI internally for us is kind of in our DNA. We have to kind of do that in order to compete with the big guys. On an external level, kind of what this means to the clients and where it's going, regardless if you're with Quad, not with Quad, or whatever, is one area that we've seen a lot of work in is third-party interface development, right? So being able to have a client who has a long-standing application, right, to be able to map to their back end used to take 12 to 18 months to 2 years. If the client wanted to change an analytics provider, they wanted to change a pricing engine, they wanted to change anything that was kind of feeding as a third-party service, it was a lot of work on the client's end, a lot of work on the vendor's end, and risk, right? You go through this whole process, it might not work at the end, right? Like you get to the end of the road and it's not great. What we've spent a lot of time on is these third-party interfaces to shrink the time to market using AI, where we've taken a process that's 18 months, we've got it down to 3. Our goal is to get it down to 1 day. You can't get to there if your infrastructure can't do it, right? Your core has to be set up appropriately in order to maximize those benefits, which allows you to stay ahead of the curve a little bit and gives you the benefits to your clients long term, right? So that's sort of like the domino effect.